Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dami if you're seeing my face for the very first time, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. I appreciate you. And yeah, if you're watching me up until this point and you're yet to subscribe, please ensure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be the first person to know when I put up a new video. But yeah, with that said, let's get into the details of today's video. Yeah, welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be mentioning 6 things you should do immediately you land in Australia, either as a student or as a permanent resident or coming skilled employer visas. Anything you're coming into Australia, aside from being a visitor, you should do these 6 things. So the first thing you're going to be doing is getting a SIM card. You can get a SIM card right at the airport where you land. When we came in, we're able to get a SIM card at the airport. Of course, we had our phones and then we just put in the SIM card. And I think the SIM card we bought at that point was Leica Mobile, and it was pay as you go, which was good, and it was cheap, and it is not the extreme contract kind of thing. So if you're coming in, at least before you settle in and decide if you want to go with Optus or Telstra, you can buy Leica Mobile at the airport and you should be fine. Either Leica or Libara. Yeah, I know there's Leica Mobile and there's the Libara. So yeah, you can buy any of those two just at the airport. Even there's Optus at the airport as well, but I think Leica and Libera are quite cheaper than Optus or Telstra if you buy their SIM as pay as you go. So that's the first thing, buy a SIM card so that you can contact people. The next thing you need to do is to get accommodation. I'm sure before you come in, you must have arranged a temporary accommodation, either an Airbnb, an hotel, or something like of sort that you've arranged that you'll be staying in when you arrive. The next thing for you is to get an accommodation, like a permanent accommodation for you'll be staying in over time. One thing that works for us, and I don't know, with the whole housing crisis that has been on, at least in Brisbane for the last few months, I don't know if that is still applicable, but let me just to share these tips. Hopefully the house crisis comes down and things come back to normalcy. So what we did was, before we came in, we started applying. We went on realestate.com. So I'll put a link in my description box below. Check realestate.com and check domain. So those are the 2 main websites that I know that you can rent from, or check houses that are available for rent. So we started applying to these houses up before we arrived. For some of them, we sent them. So what I did was send them an email, like a backup email, after applying for inspection and applying for the home, to say, hey, we're currently overseas, we're coming into Australia with a work visa, and this is my contract. I attach my contract, I attach everything just to show like evidence that I have a steady income to support the rent once we come in. So yeah, I sent all of that to them. That was just introducing myself. I'm a family of 4. We are coming in on this date. We're interested in this apartment. But the thing is, most of them will respond is they cannot give you an accommodation without you doing the inspection. So inspection is something that is compulsory, you have to do before they can give you the space. But some of them, even so, after COVID, I realized that they started introducing virtual inspection, so people can do virtual inspection, check out the house and things like that. But then we were not opportune at that time because we came in pre-COVID to do a virtual inspection. So what we did was, they said, oh, you have to do an inspection despite all the support you've sent, which is fine. And then so we arranged for our inspection for the week we arrived. So I had a week to do all of this before I started working. So what I did is I had a lot of inspection lined up for that 1 week. So even right from the airport. So I had one inspection the day we landed. We landed on a Sunday, I can remember very well. And we're staying in the city. We dropped our things and immediately we headed for that inspection. And trust me, that was the only inspection we went for, and we got the house. And that was the house we stayed up. We stayed there for 2 years. Yeah, we stayed there for 2 years. So, but because of the homework we have done, we've submitted a lot of things for the application, and then just so them will come in and see. We had other inspection lined up. Well, we did not go because we're quite positive after this particular inspection that we're going to get that space. So ensure you are able to share your contract beforehand, like send them a backup mail even after booking the inspection to say, this is it, is it I'm a student or I'm working. Just explain your scenario very well to them so there's no ambiguity between any party. So I think that was one thing we did that worked for us, so try it as well, it might work for you. And yeah, accommodation, get your accommodation is very important. That's the second thing. And then the third thing would open your bank account. So go to any of the bank. We have Commonwealth Bank, we have NAB, we have like quite the ANZ. There are lots of bank, and there's nothing, they are almost all similar. So it's not like when you say, oh, this bank is bad. No, they're almost all similar. So whichever one you're comfortable with, open a bank account. And I know that you're able to open a bank account even before you land if you email them. And then yeah, I think there was one of these banks we're trying to open before we came, but it doesn't change anything. You can always open it when you get here, except you're planning to deposit some cash in before you land in Australia. But besides that, you can always walk into any bank when you land, but make sure you open a bank as soon as you come to deposit money, so that you can get access to your ATM. The ATM takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get to you by post. Australian Post is not the fastest in the world that I've seen, is maybe almost the slowest I've seen. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for your ATM, physical ATM card to get to you, but then you're able to have at least a bank account. And because sometimes you need your ATM as well as form of ID in this house application process, because they usually will ask for 100 points ID. So depending on IDs you have or support you have, you need a 100-point ID to get the house. So you need the ATM card as well. Like, it's as important as getting the house. So apply for that one, open your bank account. And next, the next thing is get your tax file number, TFN. So the day you land, I'll also put a link for how you can apply for your tax file number. You will need it as well, even for the bank, for your office. You will need your tax file number. It's just like a form of identity as well. You need your tax file number, apply for it. You need it at work if you start working, and then you also need it for bank. So apply for your tax number. I'll put the link in the description box below. Next is for you to start job hunting. It is not going to be easy, but it is going to be worth it. Yeah, start job hunting, check Indeed, check Seek, just check all the jobs available, and then don't be choosy to start with. So what I'm going to say is, a lot of opportunities or jobs will come your way when you first come in, especially if you're not coming in already, like if you don't have a job already before coming in. A lot of jobs will come, white collar, blue collar, whatever collar they call it. It will come your way, but don't be choosy. At least start doing something because the bills are not going to pause or wait for you. The bills will start coming almost immediately. Before you know it, there's electricity bill. Before you know it, the rents you've paid, the initial deposit rent you've paid is due, and like things will just start coming, and things will take money. So when you come in, start job hunting and start with whichever one first come your way. Don't settle. Like, they are two different things. Don't be too picky, but at the end of the day, don't settle. Even if you start something, pending when you get the job you truly desire for, don't be too relaxed in that thing. Make sure you keep applying till you eventually get what you really want. So I think that's another thing you need to consider. There are different jobs. I would do another video where I don't know which one will come first, because it's on the line of video to say the first, like, about 6 types of job you can start immediately you land in Australia that does not require experience or any form of certification. I will do another video on that one. But yeah, that's that. The next one is to link your ATO to mygov. Just go to mygov, try to link your tax. If you're coming in as what's it called, as a permanent resident, you need to register link your center link to mygov and all this mygov thing. So mygov is like how will I call it? It's like an Australia government warehouse for everything. I don't know. Anyway, link your ATO to mygov, leave your center link to mygov, and link child subsidy. I think that's where you get it. There are just quite a lot of things you can link to mygov, but I think the first starting point would be for you to get your tax file number, and then you can deal with whatever you need to link with mygov later. And then finally is to join a community, be it a church, be it a mosque, be it any community. Trust me, you cannot live in this type of country as an island. Like, no man can, even where you're coming from. So try to join a community so you can get help, and you just need to talk to people who are here already to guide you in certain areas, because of course they know better, they've been living here. So join a community, find a church around you, be it if you're from Africa, be it African church, be it white church. Like, just join a community of people that can support you. For Australia, there's a Nigerian community. They have a group on Facebook. Try to join them. There's Redeem around, there's Deeper Life. There are lots of churches around. So there are even churches that are Nigerian owned, that are not the normal Pentecostal church you might know from Nigeria, but they are here. I think I know one that is ever winning. Like, there are just a lot of churches around. Join them. Mosque as well. Look for a mosque. just the basic is join a community. You would need people to ask questions, like just basic questions. Sometimes if you don't get the answers, it will bother you so much. I remember when we came in, one thing that bothered me for so long was how to get pepper rodo, you know, like something as tiny as that. Looking for where to get it was disturbing because I didn't just know the right person to ask this question. So to avoid all of this, if you have a community, maybe in church, you would have easily asked. So I would have easily asked someone to say, hey, where can I buy this, and then I'll be good. But then it took a while for us to mix with people and all of these things getting sorted. But yeah, those are the things, the basic things I think you need to do immediately you arrive to get you started into the system. If you have any questions, or if you live in Brisbane and need where to find anything, please feel free to drop me a DM on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. My handle will be here. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.